And in our latest and our final NBC News Wall Street Journal poll before the election, the president is maintaining an 8-point lead among women voters. But Mitt Romney has a 7-point lead among men, and overall the race is nip and tuck, 48-47. Joining me now for a look at the final stretch of this extremely close race, California Senator Barbara Boxer. Senator, thanks so much for joining us. Well, gender gap has been a big issue. The women's vote has been a big issue among voters throughout this campaign. Let's talk about the gender gap. The president has a sort of narrow lead among women. It's no longer the double-digit lead that he had. But is this enough for him to carry him despite the disadvantage that he has with men voters, especially white men?
Well, first of all, there are more women voters than men voters. So when he's leading women by 8 and Romney's leading men by 7, I think the math works in our favor. But here's the other interesting statistic. Among the undecideds, the few that are left, most of them are women. And I think as women look at this, whether their number one issue is jobs, and they look at the latest jobs reports, do you know that, you probably do, that Barack Obama, under his leadership, we've created more private sector jobs in the last couple of months than George W. Bush in 8 years. And this president was handed the worst recession since the Great Depression, and we're coming out of it. And so we can't go back to those days, which is what Romney Ryan would do, take us back. They take us back on health care, where being a woman was a pre-existing condition. She had to pay twice as much for the same insurance, health insurance, as a man. They want to criminalize a woman's right to choose, even in cases of rape and incest. That's in the Republican platform. It's unbelievable. So I think when the president says this election is about moving forward or going backwards, I think that sums it up. And women, as a rule, we look forward.
We expect that there will be, well, first of all, you have more women candidates running now, and in terms of Senate seats. You expect that when this is all over, there will be more women senators, even despite the retirement from the Senate in Maine of Olympia Snowe, the Republican?
I really do think so. I do think so. And I called this the Year of the Woman about a year ago. And I think that is going to happen. Some of our women are within the margin of error. So, you know, I'm nervous. People have to get out there and vote. Everything is at stake, Andrea. I've not seen an election like this in a long time. You know, whether your issue is the economy and jobs or health care or the environment, clean air, clean water, are we going to respond to too much carbon pollution in the air, which is causing global warming? All these things are at stake. Housing. So name your issue, and you'll see a tremendous difference between the candidates.
But, Senator, of course, the Republican, what Mitt Romney and the Republicans have been saying is that the economy is driving this, and that women and other groups are driven more by economic interests, less so by concerns over reproductive freedom. What say you?
Well, it depends on the state. It's true in some states, but I don't think it matters, Andrea. If you're looking at jobs as your number one issue, and how about the issue of equal pay for equal work, where Mitt Romney doesn't even know if he would sign the Lilly Ledbetter Fair Pay Act. I mean, compared to Barack Obama, that was the first bill he signed. So whether your issue is jobs, which are finally coming back now, and we can't go back to those days of George W. Bush and the same policies that Romney is embracing, whether that's your issue, or whether you think it's fair that a woman should be made a criminal if she exercises her right to choose. On both issues, the president and the Democrats are on your side. And so I really do have faith in the women. You know, I will tell you a quick story. My mother was born before women got the vote. And when I was a little girl, she would take me to the polls with her, and she was so enamored of voting. And she pulled that curtain around her in those days. She did that. And then later in life, she said, you know, a lot of the women have the men fill out their ballot, but when we get in that booth and we pull the curtain, we do what we think is right. And I think you're going to see women step up to the plate for Barack Obama and the Democrats.
Barbara Boxer, thank you very much, Senator. Thanks for being with us today.